All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So last week I did this video about this band called System of a Down. Their lead vocalist, Serge, contracted the thing. He did do the other thing. In fact, he was double thinged. So he was officially termed as, because you have to go through now. I think they're telling you it's going to be 3 or 4 times to be officially thinged, because you're not fully thinged if you don't do all the things that are available, especially as time goes on. They say that, the potency tends to decline, and hence the need for, because why would you need more things if, you took one and life was good, right? So anyway, the rock media, again, last week was saying, oh, well, it's great that he did this. Every article is pretty much like this. And Serge says that, doing the thing helped minimize his suffering after contracting the thing. But if you dig into this article a little bit, Serge says some pretty interesting stuff. He actually tells the truth a little bit here. He says, we have many in our community who are resistant to the thing. He says, I do understand, and I'm not someone who takes sides on this issue. I think every medical situation requires proper understanding of the patient's gender, age, medical history, and preconditions. These things that they are rolling out should be no different, and their side effects, what? There are no side effects. What is he saying? Should be taken into serious consideration. Oh, so the needle just went flying off the record right there. He goes on. The health industry cannot operate as a one-size-fits-all on anything anymore. It's medically irresponsible. But that said, I'm happy I did it. My parents did it too. But still, that paragraph is loaded. It's pregnant with truthful statements that typically cannot be uttered. Side effects? What side effects? There are no side effects. So Serge here almost walks back the dogmatic approach from last week. However, I think it was more the media using, the most important part of the article to them, which is the last sentence. He goes through this whole, you've got maybe some freedom to choose. He understands that. You should take other things into consideration before you go and do the thing. You should consult maybe a professional rather than just heading over to Walgreens and, hey, just, let's just get this over with, So that's all interesting. And it's good that Serge decided to kind of walk that back a little bit. Or it's just that maybe the article itself ends up walking it back because it contains too much. I'm surprised they didn't just omit this paragraph, because I know there's all kinds of really amazing selective editing going on out there, and it's criminal. It's criminal because, look, I've said this before, informed consent. If you don't have all the information that you need, then you shouldn't consent to anything. And if you don't have informed consent, then people who don't provide that information to you should be liable if anything happens. Of course, the manufacturers of this thing are not liable for anything. So then you've got people who are trying to force this on you and say, yes, you must do this. Now, Joe Rogan, good old Joe Rogan, who's been on fire lately, he had this guest on who quoted from UK government data from the month of September. This isn't an opinion. This isn't a spin. This is the UK government's data. And they said 70% of all death from the thing in the UK are people who double thinged. Again, my code language, I know it's confusing, but 70% of all people who died from the thing had done the thing. 70, meaning the 30% who didn't do the thing also probably had a problem, but clearly 70 to 30 kind of goes against that narrative, the goalpost narrative, that if this is true, then the goalposts, they're not even there anymore because there are no goalposts. If that's true, and I'm going to provide a link in the description of this video, if that is true, then this is all for nothing. This is literally all for nothing. And it also proves that maybe, doing the thing might not be a good idea. Now, I hear all the time, well, I did it, I'm fine. Great. Your placebo worked. Great. That's fantastic. I have no proof of any of this stuff, but you start to kind of have to speculate a little bit, and you have to kind of wonder to yourself, that doesn't sound, like safe and effective. That, the UK data, that's data. Okay. It doesn't sound like it's up, doing what it's supposed to do. And I don't know what else to say about this. When people post these articles still telling people, go do this, go do this. And then right after they do it, because again, this guy went and did it. I don't know when he did it, but I'm assuming the last 3 or 4 months. And then boom, he's got it, right? He's got what he's trying to avoid. He got it. He said, I'm going to go do this. And it's almost like, well, it's inevitable. I'm going to catch this anyway. I might as well do this. And the only benefit I'm going to get from this is that I might not get below ground anytime soon. That's it. But, and again, I'm sorry for all the code language, and it forces me to think before I say words, and it's kind of screwing me up a little bit during this video. But again, in the UK, one more time, and I will post the link, 70% in the month of September, the people who died from the thing, okay, had been double thinged. So I think everyone needs to pause. And this isn't, look, I've said all along, I hope this goes away. I hope I'm wrong. I want this to stop. I want to get off this crazy world. And I don't know how to wake up people. I'm trying. I'm using like a music example, Serge Tankian, right? Seems like he's okay because at least he understands that people might not believe the same thing that he believes. And unlike Gene Simmons, he doesn't think that those people should probably not exist anymore. He didn't say that. He understands that his fan base is going to be diverse. And this is the problem with society in general when it comes to politics, that, hey, my politics might not be your politics. You just keep cramming this political agenda at me. And I'm like, but I don't think that way. And you're not going to convince me by yelling louder and louder and mandating stuff on me. If you mandate stuff on me, even if it was good stuff, I would push back. I would, because number one, I don't want people to tell me what to do. It might be good. Well, seatbelts, right? Seatbelts. Okay. Not quite the same thing. If seatbelts work, which they do, then they have proven efficacy. A seatbelt has proven efficacy. All right. Whereas other things don't. Other things do not. Saying they do doesn't mean that they do. All right. And that's why you do long-term testing. And then you get results. And then you maybe even test it again. And keep testing it. Because either you care about humanity or you don't. And I think we are at a point where a lot of people don't really care about humanity. I got mine. I'm good. I did what I was supposed to do. I can go to the concerts now. Great. That's just great. It's selfish because you're not doing it to save other people. You're doing it so you can have all the freedom to yourself. And you can laugh at the people who don't do it and say, aha, you're losing your freedom because you're not willing to do this. And you're defying, the people who know best. You're defying them. And those people start to act like they're in a cult. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of you aren't in a cult. I know a lot of you people are well-meaning and you really did think people had your best interests at heart, they don't have your best interests at heart. They have money at heart. This is all about money, folks. And people should be waking up to that, because all of these big corporations last year and this year are making money hand over fist, because all of their services seem to all sort of coalesce. You know, oh, I need delivery now. Oh, I need big box store stuff. Oh, I need, you know, takeout. And this is the kind of industry that we have now. These are the businesses that are working, where all the mom and pop shops are closing down or are really suffering, because, you know, it's a small space. And even if you take all those precautions and if you wipe everything down, you just don't know what's going to happen, right? And there's no ventilation. And where do I go? I can't do the 6 feet. Help, you know, and people just panic and they say, well, I can't go in there anymore, but I can go to Walmart still because it's this big building and they have signs everywhere. And they even have stuff on the loudspeaker encouraging people to walk over to the pharmacy. So while they're there, you know, getting their great value merchandise, they can also do the thing. And of course, they won't fully be thinged for another 14 days. And then they have to do the other thing, a secondary thing, and then maybe a third thing. And soon nobody is going to be fully thinged, because again, the goalposts are going to be in the ocean at that point. They're going to be gone. Like I say, where are the goalposts? They don't exist. Even Tom Brady doesn't even know where they are. All right, folks, I'm rambling. That's what I do. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for all the new patrons and the generosity and the kind words. And I mean, October's been pretty cool. September, October, very cool months for the channel. We want to keep the momentum going. If you like the content, if you can do $1 a month, whatever, it's helpful. It's helpful because algorithms, folks, algorithms don't do what they're supposed to do either. Much like this thing, the algorithms are like things too. And more people who watch, apparently it helps. So watch the videos, subscribe, and I will see you soon.